In this video lecture, we will talk about the foot joints. The human foot is a complex and fascinating structure made up of numerous joints that work together to provide stability, mobility, and support. It's essential to understand the joints of the foot to maintain proper foot health and function. Let's go through the basic anatomical structure of the foot. The foot is divided into three sections: the forefoot, midfoot, and hindfoot. The hindfoot contains the 7 tarsal bones of the foot that are irregularly shaped and form the ankle region. These bones are further divided into 2 rows. The proximal row contains 2 tarsal bones. These are the talus and calcaneus bones. Together these form the heel area in the hindfoot. The distal row contains 4 bones in total. These bones are 3 cuneiform bones, the medial, intermediate, and lateral cuneiform, as well as the cuboid bone. Another bone, the navicular, is interposed between the talus and the 3 cuneiform bones. In other words, it is interposed between the proximal and distal rows. The distal row of tarsal articulates with the metatarsal bones. The joints of the foot are numerous. They can be classified as intertarsal joints, tarsometatarsal joints, metatarsophalangeal joint, interphalangeal joints. Some of these joints of foot have been discussed in some capacity in other video. The focus of our video is the intertarsal joints. As you may deduce from the name, these are the joints between the 7 tarsal bones that make up the posterior part of the foot. These joints can further be grouped into main and plain intertarsal joint. 3 main intertarsal joint: the subtalar or talocalcanean joint, the talocalcaneo-navicular joint, and the calcaneo-cuboid joint, and plain or smaller intertarsal joints: the cuneo-navicular joint, cuboid-navicular joint, intercuneiform joint, and cuneo-cuboid joint. These are united by adjoining ligaments. Let's take a closer look at these joints, starting with the main intertarsal joints. Subtalar joint. The largest and most important of these joints is the subtalar joint, also known as the talocalcaneal joint. It is a complex joint that is formed by the articulation of the talus bone and the calcaneus bone. It is located in the ankle and plays a crucial role in the movement and stability of the foot. This joint allows for the inversion and eversion of the foot, which means the foot can tilt inward and outward. This movement is important for maintaining balance and stability while walking, running, or jumping. As for the ligaments around the subtalar joint, this small synovial joint is stabilized by lateral talocalcaneal ligament, posterior talocalcaneal ligament, medial talocalcaneal ligament, and interosseous talocalcaneal ligament. The interosseous talocalcaneal ligament lies in the tarsal sinus. Together these small ligaments stabilize the joint. Next up we have the talocalcaneo-navicular joint. The talocalcaneo-navicular joint, also known as the TNC joint, it is a synovial joint located in the midfoot of the foot. It is formed by the articulation of the talus bone, the calcaneus bone, and the navicular bone. The talocalcaneonavicular joint allows gliding and rotation movements, which together with similar movements of the subtalar joint are involved with inversion and eversion of the foot. It also participates in pronation and supination. The TNC joint is responsible for providing stability to the medial arch of the foot. It is an essential joint in weight bearing and helps to distribute the weight of the body evenly across the foot. The joint is surrounded by a joint capsule and is reinforced by several ligaments, including the talonavicular ligament, bifurcate ligament, and plantar calcaneonavicular or spring ligament. The third major intertarsal joint is called the calcaneo-cuboid joint. The calcaneo-cuboid joint is the joint between the calcaneus bone and the cuboid bone. This joint allows for lateral and medial movements of the foot, which are important for maintaining balance and stability. The joint is surrounded by a joint capsule, which helps to keep the joint stable and prevent excessive movement. The joint is reinforced by several ligaments, including the long plantar ligaments and short plantar ligaments, which provides additional support and stability to the joint. Those were the three main intertarsal joints that are closely related to the ankle. Moving on to the plain or smaller intertarsal joints. As mentioned, they are 4 in number. If you look at this illustration, you can see that the tarsal bones are densely packed together. The plain intertarsal joints are simple articulations between these bones. If we talk about the cuneonavicular joint, as the name suggests, it connects the cuneiform bones to the navicular bone, while the cuboid-navicular joint connects the cuboid bone to the navicular bone. The intercuneiform joints are the joints between the 3 cuneiform bones. The cuneo-cuboid joint connects the lateral cuneiform bone to the cuboid bone. To make it clearer, here you can see the 4 joints highlighted in different colors and the names of the bones between which these articulations take place. These joints may be smaller, but they still play important roles in the overall function of the foot. Those were the intertarsal joints of the foot, between the tarsal bone. In the beginning I mentioned the other joints found in the foot. Let's move our discussion toward these joints.
Distal to the tarsal bones, these are the metatarsal bones. Metatarsal bones are a group of 5 long bones located in the foot, which connect the toes to the rest of the foot. These bones form the tarsometatarsal joints. It is the joint formed between the tarsal and metatarsal bones. There are 5 tarsometatarsal joints in the foot. Just like metacarpal bones of the hand, the metatarsal bones have a base, body, and head. Each of the metatarsal bones form the metatarsophalangeal joint. This is the joint between the metatarsal bones and the phalanges. In each phalanx, there are 3 bones, except the first phalanges, which has 2 bones. The first bone in each phalanx is called the proximal phalange, and the last bone in each phalanx is called the distant phalanges, and the phalanges that is between the proximal and the distal is called the middle phalanges. Now remember, there is no middle phalanx in the first phalanges of the foot, since this is the toe, and the toe only has 2 bones. The joint that is formed between each phalanx bone is called the interphalangeal joint. That is all the joints of the foot. Understanding the different types of joints in the foot can help us appreciate the incredible complexity and functionality of the human body.
Explore our extensive library of over 1,800 video lectures to learn about a wide range of topics. Only on sqadia.com.